Hello, my name is Rodney Edgerson. I'm going to present my persuasive speech to my lovely wife, Carrie, and my beautiful daughter, Boston. Imagine being asked to work 10 months out of the year, long, strenuous days, and at the end of it, only the people instructing you and the coaches are paid while you're given a scholarship. Collegiate athletes should be given some financial benefit to be given through the hardships of college. It would also make their lives much easier and allow them to have a little free money to be able to maybe buy some shoes or nice clothes or something like that. The relevance is this is a problem due to the amount of money that colleges make off athletics. The coaches make a very healthy salary and they could maybe afford to maybe not make so much to give the young adults better living opportunity. My credibility, I've dealt with this firsthand. I went to Washington State University and I've seen, for instance, their meal plan. Once you run out of meals, and you have to pretty much fork the money out yourself. And for some individuals, that may be tough. I believe that student athletes should be given a stipend or some type of financial help to help them with the hardships of college since they are not allowed a time due to the amount given to the athletic sport that they play. Students on scholarship are given a scholarship, but at the same time, the time given does not allow them to have any type of other opportunity to make wealth because they are confined to working 10 hours a day usually, and then after that, they must do homework, so there's no time for anything else. The solution could be money could be given to students to help them through their hardships. For instance, giving student athletes a small percentage of the coach's salary to help with that. And I have a slide to show exactly how much some of the coaches make. If you notice at the top, Jim Harbaugh makes $9 million alone. So if you took maybe 1% of what he makes and split that between his team, I believe that he would still be okay, and that would be more than enough money to help the students out. And even at the bottom, if you see Urban Meyer at 6 million, 1% of that would not. I mean, he would still be fine, and his family would be very fine off, and the athletes would have better living confines. For instance, the Kentucky men's basketball team, they brought in $7.5 million in profit last year. If you took 1% of that, that would be $7,500. Each player would get $468.75. This is just counting the profit, not counting the money that the coaches are paid or anything like that. And just this year, LSU running back Leonard Fournette skipped his final game so that he would not get hurt to make a to make profit to go to the NFL. He didn't want to get hurt to lose the millions of dollars he could make. Although NCAA players at that level are given an insurance policy, it still might not work out in the case of a Jalen Smith, who was a Notre Dame linebacker. He lost $6 million guaranteed because he suffered nerve damage in his knee. In the NFL, there's no guaranteed contracts, so he pretty much not ruined his career, but definitely hurt his career with football. There are other sides of it in history, whereas Chris Winkie Went to Florida State. He played baseball in the minor leagues and was paid and then was allowed to go to FSU. And he actually stayed his years because his financial situation was very well. So he was able to stay. He ended up winning the Heisman and having a okay NFL career. There are teams who do not make as much profit, the smaller schools, who maybe would not be able to give the same luxuries as a big time school in football as in Alabama or Florida State, but with what the coaches make and with conference sharing and the revenue from television, it would still be enough to help that student athlete. It would still be enough to help the student athlete. The one of the actions could be to if the university the problem with the universities are now that there are one and done rules where some of the students are deciding to go to college for 1 year and then declare for the NBA draft because there's a 1 year rule that you must be 1 year out of high school before you enter the draft. This is definitely not keeping with the student athlete code because they are pretty much going to school for 1 semester, failing everything to get ready for the draft for the second semester with no signs of trying to pass. And I feel like that is definitely not student first. There is negatives to what I am presenting. One negative is, again, like the smaller schools would be at risk, so there would need to be some type of profit sharing. But again, I think with as much money being generated from these sports, that everyone would still be okay, and the student athlete would benefit some as well. For action, I feel like you could write to the NCAA and petition, but the NCAA recently turned down Northwestern. They wanted to become a labor union as like workers would be, and they were turned down. So this is a fighting cause, but it is a tough one. And collegiate athletes should be paid for the jobs that they do, not just scholarship, because that just gives them the opportunity to be successful. They still have to go out and locate a career and find the one for them if their sport does not work out. We should not allow coaches to live lavish lifestyles to make $9 million a year, where some of their athletes struggle and don't have cars to get to class and things of that nature. I believe that if all the coaches and the conferences came up with a solution, that everyone would be happy, as well as student athlete, as long as they're compensated in some way. If the coaches are compensated so much, I believe you have to do that because if you don't, then you're definitely saying NCAA is athlete than student. And if that is the case, then that is the best case of hypocrisy because if their athletic performance fails, you can take a scholarship, even if they're getting good grades. I don't believe we should allow this, and we should do something about it. Thank you. My references today are ESPN.com, Then we got the www cheat sheet, CNN, money.com, as well as a YouTube video from CNN on why, or asking the question, should college athletes be paid? Thank you very much.